Hi, I'm Rohit and I'm the co-founder of NettWorth. I built NettWorth to solve my own problems. As a lifelong expat, I had accumulated assets and loans and insurances on all of these assets in all of the different countries that I had lived in, and managing them became a problem. So with my wife, I built a spreadsheet and we basically put all of our information in there. And very quickly, we encountered the problem that it would only be useful if we kept it up to date. And that became a major job. Once we decided to go ahead and solve that problem anyway, the next problem became the fact that a lot of information is not just about numbers and dates, it's also about nuances that are in documents. And it became impossible to basically track all of that, so we created a folder. And in spite of those two things, we weren't able to really plan and optimize our assets because there was just so much information that was not only in the documents but everything that was happening in the market and the outside world that impacted both the value of those assets as well as the potential for further growth. It was at this point in time that I decided that I had to build a solution. And given that there are over 30 million high earning expatriates and immigrants across the world that face similar problems, we decided that this was what we wanted to build as NettWorth. Now, as part of the solution that you see here, the first question was, how do I consolidate my assets? So as you can see here in this dashboard alone, the first thing that a user would see is not just his overall net worth, but also how his net worth is split across the different liquidity levels that his assets would have. So cash in banks, stocks and bonds in brokerage statements, real estate, private investments that are not very liquid, all of those in one view, as well as a view of what are the different assets in the different asset classes that he owns, as well as what are the value of each of those assets and how they contribute to the overall net worth. Now, if you remember, I spoke to you about the fact that keeping numbers up to date is a major job. We've basically taken that problem away. Now, you don't need to go in and update forms or spreadsheets anymore. As in when you have a development that changes anything, it could be an invoice for a maintenance job that you performed on an asset, a new purchase that you've made, a brokerage or a bank statement, whatever it is, if it comes into your email box, you can simply forward it to a dedicated mailbox that we give you, and our AI just parses all of the information that is in it. What you see here is a brokerage statement. It creates the asset, or if it is an existing asset, it even updates an existing portfolio, for example. And here what it's done is it's looked at this multi-page document and it has surmised that in the end, the three positions that you still have are these, and it basically extracts that and it saves that for you. So in this world that we are trying to build, you don't have to worry about having to keep your data up to date. Just forwarding the documents would do it. Now, if you remember, the third thing I said was you can't really keep following all of the different developments that happen in the world that would impact the value of your assets. And this is not a simple stock ticker, but things that happen around real estate, around private investments, and so on. Now, what we've done is we have an AI that basically monitors your assets and then tracks what's happening in the legal, in the tax, and in the market related fields of what impacts your asset. So whether it is changes in the real estate trends, whether it's a change in the tax, whether it is even things like a concentration risk that starts to emerge because valuations change, it is able to spot those and flag those for you. Now, there are certain things that are just insights, good to know, but there isn't much that you really need to do unless you want to. And then there are others that are absolutely actionable. They either save you money, either make you money, or help you avoid paying taxes, or in fact that you have to pay taxes. So those come in as alerts, and when you look at them, there is a due date, there is usually a value at risk, and it doesn't give you recommended actions because that would become advice, but you're able to kind of then formulate your thoughts, seek advice from professionals, and decide what you want to do. And once you decide what you want to do, you can even set a reminder so that you can follow it. That's something else that we offer. You have financial goals that are spread out across time. We're able to help you track that as well as figure out how you make your assets work for you. But more interestingly, as I can show you very quickly, you have one view of all of your assets across all of the different asset classes. You have the same thing for your loans and liabilities, mortgages, credit card loans, auto loans, any of those things that you've taken, in any different country, in any different currency. All of those things are visible for you. And the last one, of course, is insurances. When do they expire? What do they cover? If you basically forward the policies to us, we're able to help you answer questions around coverage, around other things that are typically small print in an insurance document. Those are things that we can help you with. A lot of times assets come with documents. You have a vault that is secure and encrypted. You can put in here all of the different documents that you have, and it could even be invoices for things like repairs, like I said earlier. It is tracking every one of those things. It is assigning them to the assets that it is relevant for, and you're able to search for it and ask questions out of it. I just told you about asking questions, which is what Sheldon does for you. So we've built an agent called Sheldon, who is like your personal relationship manager for all of your assets. And you can ask questions. It does not give you advice. That is regulated, and we have very strong guardrails built so that it refuses to give you advice even if you ask for it, as you will see here. But yeah, you can ask it about risks, you can ask it about what you should do, but it will tell you that it can't tell you what you should do, as I said. But all the same, it surfaces enough analysis that makes it obvious what is the right course of action without actually formulating it as advice, which is in a way a full portfolio of services that you would generally get from a wealth management or an RIA or a financial planner. We are building something similar for taxes as well, and we're able to help you do that across different jurisdictions for the assets that you have, and that's the next feature that we're going to be building and releasing. Thank you very much.